What is up, chat? How we doing? Live with almost regularly switching Novin program of CK101. Yeah, no Mario Super Sluggers today. But how you guys doing? For those who are wondering, why am I starting an hour early? It is not 7 o'clock Eastern. Well, there's a lot to cover. To be fair, missing an entire week last week really messed things up in terms of stuff to do. But yeah, the Spicy Huggy stream. To watch the City Aura game? I did not know. I should have though. I don't act for people who don't know. I don't follow association football like as regularly as I should, but there are a few teams in Europe that I do follow. I'm a Man City fan. I've been following them for a few years now. Yeah. Blame FIFA. One of the random FIFA games in the mid 2010s, which is why I'm a City fan. So, yeah. Speaking of allegations, the misinformation about what the BM stands for in my tag is kind of funny. I actually love, like, if you have any theories for what the BM stands for, feel free to just drop them. We saw that Baby Mama is apparently one of them, but it's not the exact story, but I'm willing to hear it all. So whatever you got there, we'll go over it. Booty Magnet. Okay, that's a new one. That's a new one, especially considering that a lot of heard some stuff, personal life, that changed a lot of stuff. Spicy Baby Mario, Big Man, I get that surprisingly often. I will say, I don't. The two common ones I'm also getting, you get bowel movements, which, especially if you're in like the medical field, you get that. Boo Mommy, that's a new one. For those who don't know, Yoshi Sky Blue, the leader of Buzz, so that's family of teams, thought BM stood for Black Man. So, especially because at that time, you've no idea what I looked like. So, people thought Spicy BM stood for Spicy Black Man, which I'm Filipino, so, not exactly accurate, but yeah, that's some of the stuff. Baby Mama is a pretty common one, though. That's actually coined by a lot of my teammates. Shout out to Andy, former teammate of mine on OnlyFriends. I think she was the one who coined Baby Mama, but both made. I love this. Love the creativity here, guys. So, what the heck is on the agenda today? I have to cover a lot. You got ECRC playoffs first, CKL playoffs I gotta cover, CKL finals. We gotta talk about the BM rank, actually talk about what that means, and then looking ahead because, oh my god, Spicy Baja's mother is actually really a take. I will say that. Especially if you know more of the lore, you'll know that Nox tried to argue that Nox is actually the dad, and I'm like, huh? So, yeah, I'm not about to go into the lore again because that's an entire stream, maybe over the summer, but we'll see. Speaking of summer switch up, there's a lot of. I want to check that roster again because I remember seeing how many players are signed up for summer switch up, and that's really cool. It's like, for those who don't know, it's like Underground Mario Kart League. What am I saying? None of you guys, I'm pretty sure, were around for Underground Mario Kart League, so I don't know why I even mentioned it. Don't worry. Yeah. So Zay's rank will be factored in for the overall BM rank. You'll also get my ranking later on. I don't know if I'll leak my official ranking, but you should be able to see like what I have based on like who's there. Top Hat Bears ranking will be factored in as well. It's going called BM ranking just for now. It's probably going to change next year at some point. I will say the propaganda for Spoon to be a funny number is pretty high. If you want the leak of who I have as number 69 so far, it's actually that big brown boy from Oklahoma. Because I think that's just a really funny combination of skill, name, and number. We also got our regularly scheduled Snapchat girl snap while I stream. And that's funny because like she always streams she always Snapchats me whenever I stream. I didn't tell her I'm streaming an hour early. And now she still snaps me when I'm streaming. Love that. But yeah, I don't know. There's something just really funny about that big brown boy be a number 69. If you're in the Oklahoma server, feel free to ping him saying he is currently number 69 in my ranking. And it's treat your mom with respect. That's just how some of the community knows her as. Plus, it's kind of funny at this point, Baha. Plus, like, I respect your mom. Like, arguably a bit too much. Because we're, like, overly nice with each other sometimes. We hate each other only, like, in terms of, like, the show aspect of this community. You know that, though. So, let's talk playoffs real quick. There is something I do need to get real quick, but I will be right back. Just gonna grab something you better and snap you in half. Oh my god, Baha. Okay, so talking playoffs, the first thing I do want to do is give a congratulations to every team that made playoffs, every player that made playoffs, whether that be in ECRC, whether that be in CKL. Really hard work done this entire year from you guys. Really happy. But there is one thing I do want to mention, and it's the fact that McDaniel College somehow snuck into playoffs again. And to be quite honest, I hate that we had to do it, but that's a Mickey Mouse team if I ever saw it. McDaniel College is pretty much had the Mickey Mouse run into playoffs this entire year, and we love to see it. Like, it's actually incredible. I don't know what the heck Sandberg has with that Disney magic, but they have done it 2 seasons in a row. So big props to McDaniel College for making it in the playoffs. Whether it be Mickey Mouse run 2 seasons in a row, who freaking cares? Because, hey, Mickey Mouse or not, they made playoffs somehow. We don't look at the fact that Florida basically should have been there, but, things didn't happen the way it was supposed to, and Gathering was a nightmare. All the forfeits there was just rough, so talk about rough, but here we are. McDaniel made playoffs 2 seasons in a row. They had the Mickey Mouse Team of the Year award, for my opinion, but hey, Mickey Mouse or not, that's playoffs. And that's it. And that's enough for the bit there. Okay, time to actually talk playoffs here. We'll go over ECRC stuff real quick. Then we'll go into CKL. Then we gotta look at it, because there's still a couple of matches that have to be played, especially in ECRC. D4 final CKL still has to be played out too. So this is gonna be fun. Where's my screen share? Oh, shout out, guys. We hit 100 followers, by the way. I don't know when this happened, but we hit 100 followers. So congrats, guys. We are going to be able to do that's why the BM ranking is even a thing, because, like, we'll do the ranking once we hit 100 followers, and we hit 100 followers. So let's go, team. Really happy. Spice Gang actually have the fact. Okay, Baha, feel free to use that emote is somewhere else in the like the CKL or ECRC, because oh my god, that's actually amazing. Yeah, Baha, please put what you just sent me in DMs in like CKL general, because that is absolutely amazing. Quick response time too. So here we are, ECRC FFA finals for D1, because they're the only ones who actually went straight to finals. Tech in first place with 74. Well, interesting table here then. Okay, yeah. We don't actually have a table here, so it's not exactly ordered, but yeah. You got Tech in first. The Jinja Bapu tiring for second at 61. Spoon, I think, third, 52. Bagel, or soon fourth, 52. Then Bagel, Zay, Angle. And Side B sadly didn't play, but overall, this was expected. I remember the general thing of ECRC D1 FFA was that Technical was pretty much going to win, which is good for him because he didn't win finals last season, actually. Mitch, LV Mitch, now United Brothers Mitch, former student of Lebanon Valley College, now ECRC staff member, did win D1 in the fall semester. So Really happy to see Technical finally break through, get that monkey off his back, and have that FFA win here. So good. Texting and driving. Whoa, 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 whoa. What do you mean texting and driving? No, 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 no. I cannot condone that here. I can't have texting and driving in chat because there have been multiple people in this stream who have done that before, and I am not going to condone that. So yeah, no texting and driving while watching. Exactly, that's Angle's thing. Okay, you're in an Uber. Pew! Pew! Shout out to people willing to die for a college Mario Kart stream. We also started an hour early because Solution said when at the time I start will depend, or Solution will get home depending on what time I start. So that was funny. Everyone here is texted and drive or watched my stream while driving. I don't know if that's kind of the thing, but yeah, I guess that is what's going on. But yeah, overall, or ECRC FFA D1, it's typical. It's what we expected here. I think we expected Bagel to maybe get second, but Jinja's been on a tear that last like half of ECRC FFA, so I'm happy to see him basically get silver. Batboo, this performance here kind of directly translating into basically translated into his results at Avalanche 2, which is the Kutztown land. So you saw that basically coming right up there. And Spoon had a great run, honestly. Spoon was like neck and neck up in the beginning parts of that race. I got a feeling Spoon might have been able to win the whole thing, but just lost a couple steam, I guess, towards the end. And then Angle Zay really close near the end too. Angle, and yeah, both of them really just played well overall this season, just weren't able to complete the job there. But overall, congratulations, Tack, for making it. D2 FFA was interesting as heck, because it's headlined by a few things. One, J Masterclass with getting the 101. Really dominant performance on their end there. You didn't have a few people beat this one, as far as I remember. Wumbo didn't make it, wasn't able to be there, so Jay did rage quit, let's go. I feel like Don't is so strong for D2, yeah. The thing was, I remember when we were doing seedings, it was basically between like, I don't know, Angle, who else? There was a few names thrown around for top of D2, bottom of D1, and really, it's been hard to tell, because like, the fact that I don't know is in D2 is really saying a lot. But yeah, you had Jay play well. Obsidia had a very good run. Really close results also from like Glacial, who did decently. Asmund, who did well, making it in. Sandbert made it in with a 73. And then there was the tiebreaker necessary with Anomaly and MC. They tied at 63 going into after the end of it. Then they had to play that extra GP at Avalanche too, which was fun to watch. Obsidian second place, we eat good, yeah. So thing is, overall ECRC FA was close. Like Anomaly and MC were not very far ahead of like Baja or JK8. So really a couple of races go differently, and like maybe one of them are in finals without a tiebreaker needed. Same with Koba. And now, going into here, this is crazy because we have some killer names here. Creo plays very well in FFA, has been doing very well. Kind of cooled off lately in the end of CKL, but I think ECRC FFA might still be their stomping ground for a bit. I don't know why is I don't know spelled wrong? I can't edit this. I'm so sorry, don't. I'm so sorry, I don't know, but they spelled your name wrong. But I don't know is arguably the favorite here, despite being the 2 seed. Stepien has been playing very well. She's been doing good at the LAN events, and has had good wins over a lot of the players in here. Could definitely see Stepien pulling this out. Dynamo, I think, is a sleeper pick, as well as Max. But if you want to know like my bigger sleeper picks, well, J Locked In for sure is a big favorite to win this. I actually think Nitro has a good shot to potentially win the whole thing. That might be a hot take, but the way Nitro's been playing lately is actually really scary. So I could legitimately see Nitro winning this whole thing. And if we see Nitro winning this whole thing, I don't I think that would be like one of the best stories ever. But if you want like the actual objective take, it's I think my top three picks are, I don't know, I'm gonna go Stepien and Creo, but I really think Nitro, J, or Max could potentially shock the world with a big win here in ECRC D2 FFA. D3 headlined once again by the Bradjo Masterclass to the point where we're just gonna be straight up. I think Bradjo's winning the whole thing. Bradjo's been playing way too well in these this past month in CKL and ECRC and even with MK College. I legitimately do think Bradjo is like the odds-on favorite here. Roll Tide, let's go. So I really do think Bradjo is the odds-on favorite here. I do think Cheesy could be very scared. Brad D3 is a polar bear in Arlington, Texas. Yeah, I won't lie. Bradjo was underseeded, but I think that's also a big thing of Bradjo improved a lot since January. Like, I think if you look at the Bradjo in April compared to Bradjo in January, the improvement is really impressive to the point where I really do think that Bradjo is just it's a much different player now. Because like legitimately, based on what we had in the fall, we didn't expect Bradjo to be doing as well as here. I think maybe they were arguing maybe bottom D2. But Bradjo is legitimately like a solid D2 contender as well if they were in there. But yeah, Bradjo, honestly, great improvement overall. Other names I'm looking at, Cheesy, UAH. Cheese has been a really strong player throughout this entire season, especially in the FFA setting. I think they're probably locked in at that silver. But if you want the harder names to rate here, Toadmaster, Mudkip, Iman have quietly had really strong performances. Toadmaster especially was really dominant in the beginning. And I could see Toadmaster like sneaking up on Cheese or Bradjo. The thing is here is, remember, it's FFA, really. If you just have a bad day, it's over. It really does depend on a lot of things, but it'd be really cool to see Bradjo win the whole thing. But I would not be surprised to see like Toadmaster come back for Michigan, just win that outright. Mudkip maybe breaks into the metal spots. Iman could maybe break the metal spots. Sunset could have this insane redemption arc too, because I feel like Sunset was arguably had a chance to be underseeded because Sunset did really well last fall. But Sunset, she's been playing well lately. I would not be surprised to see her do something incredible in this finals either. But if you want the odds-on picks, it's just these top three. Bradjo, I think Bradjo is my solid pick here in ECRC D3. But don't be surprised for Cheese or Toadmaster to maybe make some chaos happen. D4, you have something similar. Oh, I forgot about the LCQ. That's going to be interesting here then. Yeah, LCQ is going to be really fun to have to actually watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yeah, LCQ between G-Forcer, Greensicle, and the Knight. The fact that Greensicle and the Knight have to play in an LCQ against each other is actually scary because I think they're two of the scarier players in this room. C2D2, I think, has been dominant. C2D2, Bobby J, and Hyper have been the defining players, I want to say, of D4 ECRC, with them all kind of just trading wins, really. Or Hyper, I don't know if Hyper actually ever won it all, but Hyper has been quietly second, third, and we know Bobby J has this like insane reputation now, and really is one of the biggest names in the community. But I wouldn't be surprised to see like Hyper really do something here. C2D2, I think, is my current pick to win the whole thing in D4. The Michigan name is just really something, because Michigan over as a whole as a program is just so dominant, really. And I think in FFA, ECRC, this is really where they're going to shine. And it's like great, because you had to see these prospects like C2D2 really show up, show out, and have these great runs. Bobby J would be such a great story, though. Oh my god, can you imagine Bobby J winning ECRC D4? Like, the storyline, I'm pretty sure someone's throwing a parade if Bobby J wins in Heidelberg. So, hey, it'd actually be kind of cool to see a parade for a win there, but That'd be cool. Speaking of parades, if any CKL teams gonna just want to do a parade of sorts, a championship parade, let me know and get me picks. Because if that ever happens, that would be funny as heck, amazing and well deserved. Crimson is excellent. Also being in here could shake things up. I don't legitimately think they have the best shot to win it all, but I think they could play spoiler in finals. Greensicle and the Knights being in LCQ though, oh my god. My gut says Greensicle because I think NC State Greensicle has been one of the best players. I think actually Greensicle was my pick for Rookie of the Year for NC State in ECRC. Only ECRC by the way, because like the NC State as a whole I think is completely new to the scene, and I really wanted to give them the recognition there. So I really think Greensicle, I think, should be able to make it in the finals. And if that's the case, Greensicle has a shot to maybe win it all. I'm still going to go C2D2 or Bobby J, but Greensicle I could see winning the whole thing. There's 2 bears in chat. Oh my god. And then lastly, we have playoffs of D5. J Hammy, Purple Nurple, Prism, JDP Craft, Jelen, Sophie making it in as well. Okay, majority of them all made it then. Okay. J Hammy, the fact that J Hammy wasn't an auto buy was actually kind of scary because Heidelberg J Hammy is one of the best players in this room. I actually think could win the whole thing. Legitimately, yeah. The fun thing is, I need to see if there's anyone streaming this match, because this division is very close. I think Zay is their division admin. If Zay wants to give any input on who is their pick to win the whole thing, please let me know, because this is close. I think there's like a lot of names. Super Fresh Boy, I want to say Super Fresh Boy 69, which would be like an insane run to finals, legitimately. And I think could win the whole thing. J Hammy, Heidelberg. I think Heidelberg's either winning with Bobby J or J Hammy, I think. J is a great pick here as well. I actually think that's very solid. NC State, It's a Me, has been playing very well in this division. It's really hard to tell, if we're being honest, like who exactly is going to win this, because like, dear lord. If you want to be like hot take, I saw Ocean play. I saw Ocean play last weekend in person, and she is very solid, honestly, for someone who I think just picked up the game. That's what happens when technical is your boyfriend. So, but overall, this is a very scary room. Super Fresh Boy has a lot of hours in the game, and a baby main. Dear lord. I wish I saw Super Fresh Boy play in like before the Wave 4 patch, because Baby was like kind of a thing back then, especially in TTs. We'll love to see that. You know, I kind of want to see a Baby win. If we see I see a Baby character win, it makes that whole Mario Super Slugger stream I did last night worth it. So let's go with Super Fresh Boy winning. Also, because Super Fresh Boy has one of the best tags, honestly, that I've seen in this community. Would love to see that potentially happen here. But realistically, Super Fresh Boy, J Hammy, any of these 4, I think are the best shot to win. Okay, this isn't updated, but I do know. Is it Forest Park bracket not here? It's not. Okay. In fact, where are the Forest brackets? Okay, so I don't have the... I have the table somewhere. It's probably in, like, CKL Scrim. I think I saw it there. ACRC D4 semis is basically just what has happened with Alabama this last month and a half. Like, what has happened with Alabama? Like, Roll Tide, yes. Like, excuse me? I won't lie to you. Alabama was very shaky at the beginning of ECRC this season, especially in fours. But now they are in finals, and this team is what has happened. Bama 356, Maryland 346, Michigan State 282, Solution 110, Brad 98, Sales 97, J 51 for Maryland, Fate 116, Luffy 90, Shamchaz 78, ASA 62, Michigan State, I don't know, 101, Nova 79, Silver 56, Jalapeno 46. Before we go into our first instance of Alabama glazing for tonight, shout out to Bonkers in chat. Remember, top 5 players in the community are Bonkers, 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 Bonkers. So, yeah, Alabama has lost one game in like the last month and a half. What has happened with Alabama? Sales rookie of the season? I could see it. Legitimately, I think Sales has a great argument for it. So, here's the thing. Remember, when ECRC started, Alabama was not looking very good. To the point where they were like out of the playoff picture up until like the last like 2 weeks of the season, and then they just stormed right in. Whatever happened in March is just has to be studied. Madness happens in March, miracles happen in March, and Alabama has made their way all the way into finals for ECRC, and then you know what happened in CKL. Like, seriously, Sales 97, that's what we expected this from Bradshaw, we expect this from Solution. But Sales has grown into such a strong player in such a short time. Really happy to see it for them. When we talk about Maryland now, the story is, what is going to be Maryland next year? Because the rumors are circling that Maryland will be in CKL next season too. And this means, I don't know, guys, putting Fates in CKL is going to change things a lot. You saw this in Zay's ranking, where Fate is ranked really high. Fate is ranked very high on my leaderboard as well, because, like, seriously, Fate is absolutely insane. You don't understand until you play against Fate. Or in my case, I watched one of my favorite matches of all time was a Royal Flush match in like MKU 18, which was back when the last time Fate won MKU. Fate is absolutely crazy. And the scary thing is, this is Fate coming off of retirement. Can you imagine what's going to happen if Fate is like active again? Jay's already checked that after D2 finals. You know, I don't blame him. Did you see the performance Jay had in D2 finals? I would be too. Half of that, you had Brad and Sales to carry, so you don't need it right now. But yeah, Maryland is going to be very strong in whatever season they're in next year, and I think that's going to be really exciting to see. Especially because Fate's going to be there still. I think Luffy and Shamchaz will also be around, and if they just build around that. Remember, Maryland has one of the most active local scenes in the country. So, you never know. If Maryland starts to get something going, that's a borderline Division 1 team in CKL, depending on what shakes up. We'll talk about what's happening in the future, but that's a good start there. Michigan State, you can tell that I think this was played not too long after CKL finals, so it's kind of just burnout at this point. Oh yeah, get any CCA people in the comp MK for sure. We'll say there's a lot of good CCA. There's probably a ton of players in CCA who play MK. Like the head of CCA, DRF, once hosted like a small like Mario Kart tournament online. I wanted to join, but I was at work, and I was so sad because that'd be so fun, honestly. But yeah, Triggerfish Zone Supremacy held their own like Mario Kart tournament. I wish I was part of it. I wanted to see so bad. Yeah, the head of CCA used to compete in the NA Opens for Mario Kart. I don't remember how he did, but I remember he used to play in those. But message him about it too. I gotta talk to DRF again. It's been a while. And yeah, Michigan State overall, they've had a bit of an up and down season in ECRC's F4 4v4, But really, ECRC Forest has been so inconsistent for a couple teams, so it's really not surprising. I don't know though, has really emerged into one of the best players I think in the country. And depending on where you rank him, like I think I don't know as like top 25-ish. Maybe yeah, I think I have I don't know like top 25. I don't know exactly where, but I'm pretty sure he's in my top 25. No lower than like 28 though. Because I don't know is really emerged into one of the best players in this country, and that's a huge accomplishment for someone who's just really one of the best rookies of last season, MVP contender the season after. That really says a lot. If you want the prediction though, if you want the honest prediction of who's winning, okay, first of all, Alabama could win depending on if they're playing as hot as they are right now. Michigan wins depending on lineup, but if you want to know who I really want to see win in ECRC FFA 4s, it's Peach State. There's the way Peach State plays 4s is so cool. It's so fun to watch, and it's just it's very team based. And I love that about Peach State as a whole. And that lineup that's really good there. You have Spoon, Luxie, Dynamo, Ray. That's such a good squad of 4s. And I think if they're locked in, they could win the whole thing. Michigan probably wins depending on lineup. I know Crow doesn't play ECRC. I don't know if Mexican's coming back for this either. So if it's just Whooper and Short, then maybe not so much. But Alabama has also been playing really tight. One of the best teams we've seen in this, Alabama in between March 1st and April, 15? 14? Yeah, 14 is one of the best teams we've ever seen in collegiate history. So one of these teams, whoever wins, it's going to be very well deserved. You want the Forest D2 bracket, though. Michigan are beatable with their big four. Yeah, UCSD is there. I will say this. Next season, when we're in the fall, I am going to seed UCSD as number 2 at highest because I think they kind of like being underestimated every season, and it kind of just gives them the motivation to play well. So we're just going to keep pissing off UCSD, and they're just going to use that as motivation to take down the super teams that will come next season. So that's the plan. So UCSD, if when I seed you number 2, number 3 in the seeding stream in October, late September next year, don't be offended. It's just so you can play better because you guys seem to play better with the adversity and being constantly underestimated. It's all part of the propaganda so that you guys end up winning again, I guess. Speaking of propaganda, what has happened with Morgan State? Morgan State lost in CKL semis in a big heartbreaker to Nebraska, and then proceeded to do this in ECRC. And Zay really wants that banner so badly. You've been seeing it everywhere now, and you see this Morgan 439, Michigan, Virginia Tech 317, Daniel 228. 136 from Zay, 133 from Nitro, Club 89, Obsidia 81. From VT, Steamy 93, Cynical 86, Glacier 75, Hyper 40, Hyper 63, and McDaniel Glacial 88, Samber 64, G-Force 41, then 35. You know what? I'm sorry. If Morgan beat Virginia Tech by this bad, how? What are you doing? What are you doing? What is any team going to do against Morgan doing that? If Morgan plays like this whenever they play finals, it's over. Just give them the banner already at that point. Because Zay 136 and Nitro 133. What was that? 269 points combined? These two alone beat McDaniel. These 3 alone beat Virginia Tech. This is insane. Shout out to Virginia Tech, who's had a really strong season overall. And in fact, I thought Virginia Tech was the pick to make it into finals, but not when Morgan does that. What was that? Ugh, what was that? Like, I feel sick just watching this right now, because, like, this is insanity. This is crazy stuff, honestly. Forget, this is like, yeah, Jordan Pippen, maybe not even. This is like having, this is like, what was it, 92 US Dream Team? Pretty much Cynical who? Honestly. What? What? You made Cynical look mid. Huh? And you know what the funny thing is? This is amazing to watch because, like, if you look at what happened with Morgan in January, Morgan kind of struggled in, like, the Forest scrims. Like, they kind of, not to be that guy, but they kind of lost to some teams they probably should have beaten. Like, they lost to Moravian in fours by, like, 80 or so, I think. And, like, the one time they scrimmed, and I was like, bro, they lost to Moravian twice in, like, the preseason, which is why Moravian got seeded, I think, into D1. But Morgan now is a huge threat. And it's where that team really shines, I think, because this is a great top four. Oh my god, Zay, Nitro, Club, Obsidia. Amazing group here. Happy to see them. I think they probably win it all at this point. But if you want to see a team I think could also potentially win it, UAH might not have had the most dominant performance, because look at NC State. NC State had a great run here. So UAH 357, NC State 334, Siena 293. For UAH, Green 114, Creo 86, Cheese 84, Cordy 73. For NC State, Green 109, J 97, Prism 77, Itami 51, and then Siena College, Jinjo 152, Beach 56, Snow 45, Joel 40. I forgot there were two greens in this lobby, going 2 and 3 respectively. The Sword is another green somewhere in this community. Pretty sure there is. Dear Lord, I'm thirsty. Why are NC State and Siena not in CKL? NC State, I think, will be in CKL next season. Siena, I don't know, because Siena has a harder time gathering. If you want to be specific, Siena really, it's really just these players at the moment. There's maybe like 6. I don't think there's really that many of them, so that I don't see them going into CKL right away. NC State, I think, could do it, but I don't know about Siena. But I do think we'll see Maryland and NC State there. There's a couple teams I'd also like to see, like, can you imagine Heidelberg there? I'd love to see Heidelberg in CKL. I'd love to see Howard in CKL, get that HBCU representation up. Siena's pretty small, yeah. Like, we've seen small schools do it before. Moravian and McDaniel are gathering with about 2,000 students or less in CKL. So it's possible, but it really is harder to do it. But overall, yeah. UAH has... This is not UAH's best game, which is kind of scary to think about. Because Creo has kind of slumped lately, which is weird to say after everything they did this season in the fall. Green has really emerged into an amazing player. In fact, the argument of Green or Creo as the higher ranked player is kind of interesting. And I think it really depends on a lot. And I think come next season, Green will be the better name just because of playing with Grounded Gaming. My team, Buzz3, Only Friends 2. Finding the One Piece might be easier than searching for MK players, I'll be quite honest with you. I don't know how like teams like Michigan are doing it. How FIU is managing to do this now too. So yeah, overall, if you want to look at this table here, we have Tennessee, we have Morgan State, we have UAH. It's weird to think about it like this because Tennessee has been playing so well in 4s, but not in 6v6, because really Tennessee's depth is exposed in 6v6. 4s, they can get away with it. But, and Tennessee was seeded higher. I think with the way Morgan's playing, they're going to win it. I actually think it's going to be Morgan, UAH, Tennessee, because Tennessee hasn't played well in a while. But I would love to see Morgan win it straight up. Let's just leave it at that then. Okay. It's time to talk about it. First of all, D4 semis. Semis, not finals. So yeah, there's only one game to talk about because this was a mess for me personally. I remember having trying to make this happen, and it was a nightmare. But UWO has made it into finals with 2-0, one match being a forfeit, second match being a forfeit, and then this happened in game one. UWO 600, and then Road Rage 384, Domi 175, Eugene 109, Ironcraft 98, Ninja 78, Polo 73, Asian CY 67, and for Road Rage Glacial 82, Mudkip 76, G-Forcer 65, then 61, Sandbird 59, Bot 41. I love the juxtaposition of Domi dunked on the whole team. Domi only got 175. She's washed. I love that, guys. But oh my god, the hardest player to rank in the BM rank is Domi and Hobby, because they're playing in D4 right now because we didn't know what to do with the seedings really, and they're kind of killing them. Like, how high do you really think Domi could go here? Because we haven't seen a lot of tables from Domi outside of it. Outside of CKO. But I think with this kind of potential, you don't play with American Gunslingers and that be an easy feat. How is UWO not the #1 seed? Easy. So I will always have to remind the community that when we seeded D4, UWO had Domi's MKC registry was American Gunslingers, and yes, American Gunslingers was D9, but American Gunslingers was plus. How were they? Oh, how were they not in D1 in place? Oh, they lost to New Mexico twice. Yeah, they lost the series to New Mexico. So the first match, Domi didn't play, and then New Mexico then beat UWO with Domi. So that's actually really exciting. And I have to, speaking of can't wait to see finals, I have to see and ask if either of them are streaming, because we might try and get a Sunday primetime then, and then have one more match of CKL just to have that live, because that would be insane, honestly, to see UWO in New Mexico. Because I like to correlate or associate New Mexico as the UCSD of Division 4, which is ironic because there is a UCSD in Division 4. But the reality is, New Mexico has kind of been underrated this entire season. Let's be honest. When you think Division 4, the storyline has been UWO has Domi, Florida has Hobby, and Max. McDaniel's gonna somehow find her way in the playoffs with accidental wins. UCSD 2 got 180 twice somehow, and that's just the story. And EIU has scrapped together a couple wins, but it's still a growing program. What do we know about New Mexico? We knew New Mexico they played in PL, they played Pacific League, and they got cooked, like every other college team would. So we didn't know much about that, really. But no, New Mexico is scary. New Mexico, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I think New Mexico beats UAH, potentially. It's gonna be something that I have to see, but New Mexico Moravian would actually go really crazy. New Mexico UAH would have gone crazy. Western New Mexico is about to be a movie. I agree. In fact, I have to ask them at some point. Yeah, I have to ask them at some point. And then for McDaniel, I know there's a lot of turmoil with McDaniel's program. Not going to go into the specifics, but there's a lot happening there. So the fact that they even gathered is kind of impressive. But shout out to them for being at this point. Making it away. Canada's gonna bring it home. Trust the process. Hey, that will be 2 seasons in a row with a Canada win. Drop your predictions. UWO or New Mexico for Sunday? I'm gonna find the last table if you want to see. Yeah, because this is what happened last match. UNM wins game 3 by 5 points. Yeah, probably by 6 because I don't think you can have by 5. But yeah, imagine. I think this one, I want this to go to game 3 so badly. Like, you don't understand how much I want this to go to game 3 so badly. Because this one I think is really deserved. But yeah, look at this. Look at this New Mexico table from the regular season. Granted, this is not UWO's best lineup. Like, they had Domi, yes, but this is not UWO's best lineup. Yeah. In the history of CKL, only two finals matches have gone to game 3. That being Iona, Oklahoma, and Alabama, Michigan State. So, really, anything. You never know. I would love to see another one go to game 3. Just saying. You can't even say whoever wins game 1 wins, because Michigan State won game 1, and... Okay, so here's the deal. Whoever wins game 2 of finals wins. That's just how history has wrote it, so... But if you're looking at this table, yeah, New Mexico is very similar to, like, UCSD. Look at this. Just strong depth overall. UWO is a bit more top-heavy, so it's kind of... it's weird, because UWO is closer to, like, a Kutztown than they are to, like, Ontario United, funny enough. In terms of, like, how they play. It's more top-heavy than they are depth-heavy, because Ontario was defined by that kind of depth. UWO is closer to, like, Kutztown. I don't want to say Michigan necessarily, but they're built more like the Kutztowns, the UCLAs, arguably like Alabama. Meanwhile, UNM is very similar to, like, Oklahoma, UCSD, maybe a bit... You can see, like, signs of, like, the Michigans, maybe. Maybe, like, an FIU, pretty much. Those are, like, the comps I think of when I look at UNM. So, once again, it's a battle of depth versus tops, and I will say the higher in Div you go, it's more about depth. But in D4, it really could be about about the tops. And realistically, UWO with best lineup, that's a big thing. If UWO has top lineup, they could win it all. This is also UNM with a Pikachu now that I think about it. So both these teams don't have top lineup. Wow. That's saying a lot. We'll see what happens here on Sunday. Let's hope this one gets streamed. Do you want a story? Story time. Okay, so Division 3 Finals was one hell of a sets. Now, we've seen this before, where teams will get off to hot starts, and I think I've said this before multiple times. I remember saying this when Morgan State and Morgan State and FIU played the second time in regular season. If you don't shut the door against FIU early, FIU will come back and you're going to regret it. I don't think anyone was prepared for what happened in game 1. Like, I remember sending a screen to some of the players in Moravian, and I'm like, believe it or not, they came back from this. Like, excuse me? Hold on. I have to quick bring up that screenshot on my phone just to tell myself that this is a real thing. Okay. If you don't know, FIU was down by like 86 with like what, 5 races to go. I think like 4, 5, 6 races to go. FIU is down 86, and they ended plus 34. I don't think you understand how hard that is. I don't think anyone will understand. We've seen comebacks before. I saw Oklahoma make this comeback before. I've seen UCSD make these comebacks. We've seen other teams make these comebacks too. But no. To turn an 86 into a minus 86 into plus 34. They didn't win by single digits. They didn't win by double digit 10. They won by double digit 34. They almost just won with like by over a race margin. What kind of adversity do you deal with here? And it's looking amazing. So here we are. FIU 509, Nebraska 475 plus 34. FIU goes game 1 goes to them. Milkshake 134, Ted Bear 100, Nick 95, Startercat 63, ND Rex 61, Dragon 56 for Nebraska. 99 from Marcoco. Mop with the 88, T-Bug 77, Zoo 75, Saracen 73, Crazy 63. Ted Bear, what the heck happened? What happened? I watched this and I still don't know what happened. Because, like, what the hell? You don't... That's a lock-in... That's a Face ID lock-in moment if I ever saw one. There's a... Rick, this is the hands down the best comeback we've ever seen in CKL. Because not only did they have, like, the best numerical comeback, I think, that I know of, they'd be down 86 and then win by 34, but they did this in playoffs. No. They did this in finals. What kind? Do you understand the mental that has to happen to be down 86 in finals and then come back? Come back and win by 34. Okay, they got track picks first 5. Yeah, I remember I was talking to Angle about this when FIU played Moravian. FIU is a team that when they get one good race, it's the momentum they need. And it spirals. Like, I know Ted Bear is a Miami Heat fan, so I'm not going to use the Miami Heat reference. When I look at FIU, I always think back to that one like Kyle Korver heat check moment when he was in Atlanta, where he was just like, I think it was like what, 11 points in like a minute or something like that. Maybe 14 points in like a minute, something crazy. I love like the FIU with the heat check pretty much. Almost everything fell into place. We'll have 3 blunders. I'm stunned, of course, specifically gap. Ooh. Can we talk about the mental you gotta have there? Okay. You're missing 6. It's like the whole thing of like shooter shoots. Yeah. You see this a lot in college basketball. Like the shooters will have like a bad day, pretty much, but they'll get that one shot. One shot is all they need, and they get it right in the mid. And legit, it's all they need. And then Milk just played perfectly. Are you guys human? Like, honestly, that is the most, like, anime... That's, like, the most sports anime moment I've ever heard. Like, legitimately. And Milk just decided to take the training weights off. Like, the Rock Lee training weights just drop off against Gara, but instead of Rock Lee losing, he wins. That's basically what happened. I will say. Shout out to Ace. Ace, what are your thoughts on a team going down? A team came back down 86 with like 5 races to go and wins by 34. How does that make you feel? Need my Canadian analyst now, because it's like, hey, if a team comes back from down 86 with like 4 or 5 races to go, excuse me, in like finals, that's just amazing. And remember, this is Nebraska playing well. This is some of the best Nebraska's ever played, so shout out to them. And then game 2, I remember watching game 2, and I'm like, yeah, it's over. Yeah, take your time. Forget 28-3 in the NFL because like that's not even enough anymore, honestly. Try to think of a basketball reference, honestly, and I can't think of one at the moment. I have to sneeze also, that's not fun. So in game two, it was just domination from FIU. This was reminiscent for me of like when Spurs Heat 2014. I like to think of it as like game three, game four, when the Spurs just couldn't miss. If only the certain DPT. I think overall, FIU and this season has just been one amazing thing here. Oh, okay. I was going to say MD Rex. I think the experience has been understated, like legitimately understated. Wow. To be specific, FIU didn't ask to drop to D2. You and I asked to move up, and we're like, okay. FIU, we didn't think when we saw FIU's results, we thought, okay, they were definitely D3 caliber. I wasn't sure if they were D2. Yeah, that changed pretty quickly. If we could have gone back in time, we would have put Tennessee in D3 and FIU in D2. But mistakes happen. Mistakes happen. But yeah, to set the record straight, FIU did not ask to move to D3. We just made a decision to stop that. We thought it would be FIU going down to D3. Reality is FIU was probably solidly D2, and we probably should have put Tennessee in D3, but we know that for next season now. But FIU is probably D1 next season because of some recruiting that's been happening, so yeah. Okay, so yeah, Tedber, don't be surprised if your MKU result this season will tell a lot. Let's leave it at that. So whatever happens in MKU for FIU and what happens in the summer will tell a lot about where we put it on this next season. So I was gonna say, yeah, that's where the other green is, going to FIU. Expect some amazing stuff from FIU next season. Yeah, but congratulations to FIU for winning D3 finals. This has been like one of the historic performance from this team. So, and like honestly, that is going to be insane. Because this team, remember, Tedbert mentioned in chat, but FIU went 1-9. FIU, we didn't even think FIU was going to last after 1 week last season because half their team just dropped. That's the thing, yeah. I was talking about this with a few players, but people don't even realize that Shu, I forget where Shu plays now. Like, I want to say it's like Daybreak or one of the Daybreak teams. I want to say, is it Liberty? I always forget. The FIU, that Shu went to FIU. If you don't know who Shu is a Japanese player who I know he played on like Battle Battalion, played on Radical Rollers, played for a few other teams, played for Buzz for a bit. He got kicked from Nightfall. Okay, but she was still a great person, honestly. So FIU as a whole could have been better, even better. Like that's insane to think about. If for those who also don't know, Shu was the Japanese player who went to Moravian's Land in 2023. If you wanted that story, so Shu could have been amazing on FIU. Imagine that. Tedberg Gunning for captain coach of season 3. Oh, season for D3. Okay, so the way I have awards formatted is actually like coach and captain are an overall award. It's not separated by division. We might change that, but captain might be separated by each division now, but I think coach will probably just be like overall awards. We might just put game like 3 coaches a year. Like 3 coaches a year or something like that, because why not? Also, coach of the year is not applicable to anyone who plays for their team. So Ted Bear would not be allowed to get coach of the year because they play for their team, the team they coach for. Wallawees would be eligible for captain of the year, but not for coach of the year because they play for UCSD. I should count them for UCSD too, because I think that at that point then it makes sense, but it wouldn't be for UCSD 1. because like I want to separate coach and captain, and like kind of have two different awards. Coach being like a award separate for that. See, the problem is the coaching is gonna be like really awkward because like I know I'm probably gonna be getting voting for coach of the year either from Moravian or Oklahoma as well because of taking Oklahoma to helping Oklahoma get to Division 1 from Division 3, which is probably my biggest coaching accomplishment, sadly. But hey, we don't know. We don't know what coach of the year is going to even be like. We'll see. I might have Ted Bear as captain of the year for regardless, to be honest. Really, yeah. It's gonna be interesting seeing what coach of the year is gonna be like. And then yeah, Nebraska overall 93, 98 Saracen, Zoom 82, Marcoco 78, Mob 72, T-Buck 64, Crazy 40. Ran out of steam pretty much, and I think FIU was just that locked in that Nebraska couldn't do much, even on the picks they were getting. Nebraska had a great season overall, but they just ran into the better team sometimes, so. And that's what happens, but congratulations to Nebraska. Making in the finals when we weren't even sure if that was going to be the case for them. Love to see it for them. Great season for Nebraska overall. I don't know, Brad. I have Solution as MVP for Division 2, personally. Speaking of Division 2. While CKLD1 Finals was undergoing... No, he's got to win both, potentially. He can definitely win both. I know I have him as MVP so far. At least. I haven't decided captain for that one yet. I have to actually send that award out. While Division 1 Finals was happening, I was watching D2 and secretly trying to get a D2 stream going because I felt really bad that they had a prime, that like Michigan State Alabama was robbed of prime time because they lost a stream host. We lost a stream host for today, and I felt really bad. So I wanted to give them at least a little something, even if it was like very scuffed. So I apologize to Michigan State and Alabama for a very choppy, very sloppy last minute thing. But I just wanted to give you guys something because I felt really bad, and you guys deserved this overall. Now this was something though. Now D2 finals. Now I'm so happy I did it because D2 finals was such an amazing set to watch. Like, legitimately, the story was so there. And, like, this is up there with Oklahoma Iona last season as being one of the best final sets of all time. Granted, they both went to Game 3, and that's why. But, like, look, Michigan State. Here's a team who came in as, like, the top team of the division when the season started. We thought Michigan State was possibly going to steamroll D2. They won D2 as part of House Divided. We saw players like I don't know rise up and become amazing. And then it's like, we thought they would be in, for sure. They had a really rough middle of the season and then stormed back to clinch that last spot in playoffs. And then they beat Virginia Tech pretty handedly and made it into finals. Then you take Alabama, another team from D2 last season, but on the other side, the flip side of things, they were last place because they couldn't gather. Like, ever. Like, they played multiple 5v6s and almost won a couple of them. Alabama was such a good team, though, to the point where it's like, okay, if Alabama just gathered 6 players, they could be one of the best in the country. I said that multiple times on the stream, quote me on that, and I still believe that Alabama is like a top 6, top 7 team in the country if they gather 6 players. And now, the thing is, we weren't sure that was going to happen. This was a bit of a slow start. Took a couple weeks. But then what happened in week 3 on was just amazing. Alabama got racked off win after win after win. And then pushed for that top spot in D1, in D2. And got number 1, got that bye into finals, and we set up the amazing stuff for finals. Michigan State, Alabama, D2 finals, and this was amazing to watch. Michigan State, this was back and forth game 1. I remember pulling up my Toadbot because I remember doing it in my doing it. Yeah, so back and forth in game one. So Michigan State takes the lead, Alabama takes the lead, and then keeps it for a bit. Second half was Michigan State though, racks off like multiple wins in a row, and Michigan State just came back and were able to seal the deal. Back and forth. I don't know, 129, Nova 80, Matt Adler 77, Silver 76, Jalapeno 76, Noah 61. Then for Alabama, Solution 118, Bradshaw 97, Trombone Wizard 86, J 85, Sales 73, and Thermal 26. This was close. Extremely close. Like, you don't understand how close this was until you watch it. And like, I remember just watching, it was like the one-on-one between I Don't Know and Solution was so good to watch. Like, oh my god, that was so fun. Like, legitimately, some of the best matches we've ever seen there. And that was absolutely incredible. And then we go into game 2, and this is where I start streaming. And game 2 will always be defined by the fact that it kind of took a while. In fact, if I remember right, game 2 took forever. Where is it? Where's that bot? Yeah, game 2 took forever. If I remember, game 2 was the one where we like had connection issues, change of hosts multiple times, and then we stalled for like 20 minutes. I remember just being there. I'm like, what is happening? What are we doing? And just watching, like, waiting. That was like the biggest like lock. We actually had like a halftime. We legitimately had a halftime in CKL finals. I never thought I would see the day, but it happened, and it was great to watch. Eventually. Because really, once that half came back, Alabama was already off to a big lead, being up after like a plus 14 on Sweet Sweet, plus 22 on Sunshine, which were great stuff. And then the Jay, whatever happened with Jay was just amazing. Like, I remember saying this before, Jay is one, and this is something I brought up in my ranking when I was talking to a couple people about this. Jay. When Jay is locked in, Jay is like a top 20 player in the country, at minimum. The hard thing is that when Jay is not locked in, the mental is out, then Jay is like, okay, what happens now? But when Jay is locked in, this is where you get amazing stuff like this. Jay 129, Solution 94, Trombone Wizard 87, Bradshaw 85, Cells 80, Thermal 32. Meanwhile, from Michigan State, Nova 111, Silver 97, I Don't Know 89, Jalapeno 65, Noah 60, Adler 55. This was close also. Really, the score was closer than it looks, but I remember going into the last race, Michigan State got a plus 24 on race 11, and it's like, okay, it's possible. It's very possible now. They could just win this outright. And when that happened, like, okay, maybe. And there was a bit on race 12 where it's like, it did look like Michigan State had a good chance to be able to make stuff happen. Broken tech on the controller, oh my god. And when that happened, it was like really insane. It was really tight watching this. And like, man, that was such a good match, honestly. Jay coming and in fact, this is the fun thing about this. Like, I remember talking in game 1. It was Solution, I Don't Know, as like the 1v1 happening there. In game 2, it's Jay and Nova. It really just goes to show how good these teams are top to bottom. When you have moments like these where sometimes, okay, the aces are like kind of having a bit of a rougher moment or not playing as high as you would need them to expect. But it doesn't matter. We got our number two options. Be able to step up and just show out, and have this amazing performance themselves. Jay with the 129 there, and Nova with the 111. Insanity, right? Absolute insanity. Yeah, certainly a finals of all time ace, for sure. And this is the force of game 3. which game 3, the switch for draw, I remember watching the stream and I saw Draw's name come up in the top left corner, which means they were online. I'm like, oh, okay, here comes the switch. Draw comes in, and then Alabama just had one of the best first halves ever. Plus 10, plus 16, plus 24, plus 10, plus 26, plus 16, and a plus 0 in there. The first 7 races. Yo, what up, Six? Shout out to Six for joining in there. Just talking some D2 final stuff. This is the Alabama glazing session, I guess, because they had a great weekend overall. Pretty much Roll Tide, if we haven't made that clear already. J120, Solution 112, Brad 103. The Brad Joe improvement especially is something I'm extremely happy about personally. I was really happy to see Brad Joe improve a ton. And like, I don't know. It's been exciting to see this for Alabama. I don't know I remember I was reading chat as I was doing the stream, and you saw a lot of I remember Franken being like, Solution's last dance, and that's a great way to put it because Solution is a graduating senior. So shout outs to all of them, really, and congratulations to Alabama. It's been an amazing season for them and a really big redemption story. It's very similar to what we saw with FIU. A team goes from last place in the division to winning the division the very next season. That happened in D2 and D3, wow. So what we're hearing is Moravian is winning finals, UCLA is winning finals, Tennessee is winning finals. That match made you a Bama fan? I won't lie. Solution has turned me into an Alabama fan, not long into the fall season last year. But yeah, this match, it's hard not to be an Alabama fan, honestly. And at Michigan State, this has been an amazing performance for them too. Not how they want the season to end, but overall great result for them this entire season. I don't know, 105, Nova 90, Jalapeno 80, Silver 78, Noah 50, Adler 44. The great thing is with this, Solution, MD Rex. Oh, MD Rex is also graduating from CK Oldwood. How many seniors are we having right now? Because I remember, I think Crow is graduating. Knox is graduating. Trying to think. I know there's some seniors I should know off the top of my head, but as someone who graduated last year, I don't remember everyone now. That should probably be on the forum, honestly. When's your graduating year? Bonkers is graduating. Okay, Bonkers is graduating as the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 best players in CKL, which is great. Sushi going on top is a beautiful story. Hell yeah. Nah, I didn't forget Wumbo. Wumbo was secretly always there. Nah, Wumbo graduating also hurts, though. So we have Nox, Wumbo, Solution, Crow, MD Rex. There's some more. Pursue a Masters just to keep playing? That's what I'm doing right now. I might be back in the school mark. At least that's what I heard. I heard that Crow is graduating. I could be wrong. I might have confused him with another Michigan player, but I remember hearing that. UCSD Dynasty? Potentially. If Cairo gets off that wait list? You know, I feel that the fun thing is here, what I love about the fact that it's a college esport and not a regular college sports is that it's not like you're gonna see people leaving early to go pursue a professional thing. You're losing Zach. I do remember that. You mean to tell me you might be replacing Zach with Cairo? That's kind of a bit overkill. I don't know about that. But yeah, inward for inward. Yeah. Solution go honestly. But yeah, overall, it's been I heard it's rough. Getting off the waitlist is really rough there in general. But yeah, there's some potential transfers incoming too. Wisp being one of them, potentially, is what the rumors are circulating as. Wisp being the first ever CKL transfer. We're seeing a lot of people graduate. And the great thing is we get people with eligibility. Imagine a couple years ago, we could have seen this. Who knows what we could have had if this season started a couple years ago? Maybe I would have had a chance to play. Give a chance. Oh, Wisp isn't making fall semester. No, no, I hate to see it. Well, yeah, we hate to see it, but I think that's a great way to close out for D2. Congratulations again to Alabama. Very well deserved win for them. We're all tied. No, I agree. Even if I went to Moravian for my masters, I would have done the same thing as you, Ted Bear. Let someone else take over. I wouldn't even say Kutztown. JK8 is graduating. That's the only one I know of that's graduating from KU. Everyone else, I think, is coming back next year. Tech is a sophomore right now, if I'm correct. So if that's saying anything. I'm older than technical. Okay, what am I saying? I'm older than most people in CKO. You want to talk final set? This was. Wallabies captain is a PhD student. Yeah, that's the way. That's the basically the FDR of CKO, honestly. And I would honestly too. Like, if I get into a PhD program by fall 2025, I will be playing for a team if they have one. So. I think that'd be fun to do. KU might be phased. Don't step down in the off season. We'll talk about soon actually, because I actually will do a projection of next season, but way too early ranking for next year. But first of all, we will end with D1 finals. UCSD, after a season of them winning syllabus week. And there were still doubts. Let's not get it twisted. There were doubts about whether or not UCSD would win it all in CKL. Because, like, okay, Michigan will have the top 4 potentially, and maybe they'll get some growth from their bottom 2. But no, UCSD comes out and proves once again, depth wins in CKL Division 1. And it's a reminiscent of what happened with Ontario United, where depth really just won it out. And really big congratulations to them, honestly. Yeah. Yeah, Mexican, I won't lie. I thought UCSD would win in 3. I didn't get the stream last week, but UCSD I thought was going to win in 3. No, they'll just win in 2. 509 to 475 in game 1. Super FX 112, White 96, Astra 86, Zach 80, Wallaby 72, Top at Bear 63, Meanwhile Michigan 110 from Crow, Short 91, Mexican 90, Whooper 72, C2D2 64, maybe 48. We had to win this for Zach. That's fair. UCSD LU is what every other college dreams of having. Yeah. Imagine, like, UCSD LU is, like, perfect because you have Super FX, so you have that really experienced vet who's played at the highest levels, which is great. Also one of the best TTers in the world. You have Waluiz, who comes in as a player with a lot of experience in the collegiate scene, as well as the maturity and leadership there. Top Hat Bear and Astra Flight Zach coming in lately and just having amazing runs too. With really Top Hat Flight and Zach being potential rookie of the years, one of them. Seeding them has been an absolute nightmare, I'll say that. Like in the ranking. And Astra coming in with some MK experience as well, and then being able to really help this team out. UCSD is like a deep team, and we love that for them. One of the best top 6, I think, overall. And it proves, and it came out in finals, and that's exactly what we expected to see. Meanwhile, for them, really, from UCSD, so the overall match was back and forth. I remember this being really close. It took a bit until we got some, like, big game experiences coming until the end, where we really didn't get any big races, if I remember right. Or like any notable breakaways in terms of like the lead until the very end. And that was so good. We love that. We can't believe that it was actually like that. It was amazing. It was amazing finals for them. But yeah, UCSD. How did UCSD somehow like not get as much respect as they really deserve? Like, don't let revisionist history fool you. UCSD, we thought UCSD was like, okay, still number 2, number 3 going into the season, because it's like, okay, Kutztown's coming back after not playing syllabus week. Michigan's coming back with the top 4. But UCSD comes out, proves that depth wins, and congratulations to them for that. Especially with Zach, Flights, and Top Hat, like really not having any experience, as they mentioned. That's amazing to see them like step up as much as they did. It goes to show how good of a program UCSD as a whole is, and I'm really excited to see what they do going forward for them. That's a shame. Yeah, Top Hat was right. We almost had the undefeated season here for UCSD. UCSD dynasty incoming, and we love to see that. Maybe. Meanwhile, Michigan, the top four was very good still. Didn't I think it goes to show how strong UCSD is when they kind of negated the effects of like Whooper. Whooper is the top 10 player I think in the country in CKL. So it really shows how strong of a group UCSD is, and they were able to kind of negate that, limiting Crow to 110, limiting Short and Mexican only in the low 90s. I don't think you understand how important that is. And C2D2 played well as well. Played as well too. Maybe Aiden also had a decent run there. It was just, and it kept it close. And I thought if Michigan was able to pull out game 1, they might have been able to win game 2 and 3. But I thought that really game 1 was so good for UCSD. C2D2 underrated. Yeah, I think you get a lot of C2D2's. C2D2 gets a lot more respect in ECRC. Like really, because like when you see that C2D2, just what they're doing in ECRC is like a beautiful thing. No, literally, it goes to show how good this room is when C2D2 and maybe are dropping 40s. Because maybe is very good. C2D2 is also very good. Can you imagine C2D2 on like a D4, D3 team or like a less experienced team? Legitimately becomes one of the better carries, I think. But the experience really for them has helped. And then what happened here was also amazing. Game 2. Yeah, game 2 was also very close. I remember watching this, and it was just whew, insane stuff that happened here. 502 to 482, plus 20. UCSD wins 2-0 with a plus 20 there. Super FX 114, Top Hat 94, Waluigi 86, Zach 81, Astra 69, Flight 58, for Michigan, Mexican 112, Whooper 105, Crow 91, Short 89, C2D2 45, maybe 40. I think I do agree. Yeah, the tie in race 12, going into race 12 was so legendary. That connected to the drop across the line. That's awesome there. I remember seeing that shot and I was like, oh, dang, that shot was big. So, as Short mentioned in chat, the big difference was really item play. And because here's the thing. It's so CKL isn't exactly the same as MKU, where you will notice that in MKU in the lower divs you can really just outrun and win. But the thing was, oh, that's rough. Oh, dang, he didn't know you could start. You could check off that? That's crazy. So, here's the thing. We thought Michigan tops. We thought we could outrun UCSD, and I still think that is actually the case. But I think UCSD's coordination and team play really just shines in this kind of setting. And I think it's similar to what you see in like MKU and like the higher divs there. The ton of com base. Oh dang, that's rough. Vex got smart balance too. Hate to see that. It's really be the ending, but hey, it goes to show how good like finals was honestly there. So yeah, match 2, very close overall. You saw it once again where it's like Michigan taking the lead, and like there was a big race I remember for UCSD, and when that happened, I was like, oh my lord. Like, that was insane. That big race, I think it was on Neo, where it was just insane stuff. And there's just a lot of big races pretty much from both sides. It was like haymaker after haymaker. We didn't see any like 1-2s with jab straights. Now it was just going for the kill pretty much every time. But yeah, getting unlucky lap 1 on race 12 isn't gonna help there, but it really goes to show what it makes stuff happen. Tom, there's the thing or two about lost shocks and oh my god, the cruiser. What do you think about back? Yeah. So, congratulations again to UCSD. Like, the fact that they were able to win finals really, and just show that they were able to win with depth. It's really the story of the season, where you have like the depth wins, and I love that for them. Honestly, to show that like you win by being the best team, and that's something I was really happy to see. Honestly. Because like as much as I love the players on Michigan, I'm a huge Buns MK fan, so I love Short and Solution. But it's like it's crazy to think that like a team like UCSD is just so strong top to bottom. There's no weak link there, and that's exciting to see what's going to happen going for the what's going to happen going on for the future for this team. Even with Zach graduating, and for Michigan, Short, is anyone from Michigan graduating? I could have sworn I heard someone was, but I can't be sure if I heard that right or not. Crow is, yeah. Okay, so Crow is graduating. I remember we thought so. I remember I said so, and I'm like, I think that's the case. Applying to grad school. Ooh. Grad school's fun. I actually really miss grad school, I won't lie. I'm excited to go back. Yeah, depending on program, depending on where you apply to, it does take a while. I found out my grad school decisions on March 31st of 2023. You should apply to UCSD grad school. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that? That'd be crazy. Like if we're making decisions right now, like grad school opportunities, I'm actually thinking of going to Kutztown for like a teaching certification. So I might transfer to Kutztown by like fall 2020, spring 2025. So we might see that there. I've heard rumors about other players transferring too. So we could be seeing some amazing stuff there potentially. I get the line. I could actually play for there. That'd be insane. I get to go back from being washed and I could actually play the game again. That'd be fun. But imagine, I don't coach it from Tech. Ooh, I don't have to coach anymore. I get like it's a fun thing. If I play for Kutztown, I don't have to like carry at all. I don't have to worry about that. I can play reasonably as like the 5th or 6th option. That's fine for me. Get to be D1 for the first time. No, I played D1 in ECRC. Yeah, ECRC 4s technically. So don't have that. But hey, KU spicy. If you want to know like the potential thing, it's like if Temple or Drexel actually gets a team, I might go there because Temple is probably Alabama. I would go Alabama if Solution was still there, but no Solution, no Bama spicy. So sorry about that. Tragic, yeah. Okay, what do I have left here? Because I do know I did say I was going to talk a bit longer than normal here, so we're already an hour and a half in. So BM rank. I'm waiting on a few ballots, though. I have to ask a few people still. First of all, if you want to make your own poll, send me a DM. If you want to like help be part of the ranking project, please send me a message as soon as possible. I will get you a sheet with your name on it, and you can rank the players as you wish. Because if you've seen players like Zay's ranking or Top Hat's ranking, you will know that there's a lot of different perspectives there that's really going to make things interesting. So if you want to help out with that, like, oh, rank the top 100 players, please feel free to. Super FX is my D1 MVP, and if you want to leak the ballot there, by the way, speaking of which, It's okay. I'm not playing, and I still. That's fair. I don't play, but I still do. I made my own ranking, so if that doesn't bother you, feel free to still. I have to find the awards stuff. Awards. My rankings aren't done. That's the problem. Nah, I believe six still has a great would have a great idea. So yeah, I haven't finished mine. If you want to know like I'll tell you a bit of like the stuff I have. Remember that big brown boy from Oklahoma is number 69 because that would be really funny. I think honestly, because I think that's such a great name, honestly, to have at number 69. Short is my number 3 player because the Short is ranked lower than top 5. He's quitting. So, Short is number 3 overall. Short is ranked number 0 because he transcends the ranking of CKL or ECRC. It's I rank mine as CKL, ECRC, like combined. So I use data from both. Bonkers, how is Bonkers not 1 through 5? The thing is, Bonkers is numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the international ranking that includes players from the US, Canada, Japan, Europe, wherever. So Bonkers is actually too good for the ranking, which is kind of a problem if we're being honest. Where is the award stuff? Where did I put the awards? This is kind of awkward, I won't lie. Top 5 in the world, yes. See, that's why I need more people to rank, because like I'm also having a hard time figuring out where Flight and Zach go. Where yeah, the 3 UCSD rookies, I have a hard time figuring out where they're going, because it's like, they're good, yes. I don't know how high I'm putting them up yet either, though. When would ranking be due? This isn't going to be done until like another 3 weeks, so you would have like 2-3 weeks. You do not have to do this in one sitting. In fact, please don't do this in one sitting, otherwise you get some like really crazy stuff. Yeah, I know that I have a hard time ranking you also, Top Hat Bear, so that's like the hard thing. Solution, DM me or email when you get a chance. Wow, this house. I have to find the awards, because I actually don't know where they are. They should apply to Michigan. Solution, check your email then. Let me know if you get it. Come to BAM to give lots of money. Ain't no way y'all trying to make Ace go international. Could you imagine Ace becomes the first Canadian prospect to go into the US to play Mario Kart? That would be actually amazing. Can vouch. Ace is actually a great player. Great person too. I would love to see Ace actually play here. I like check my thing, make sure this is working. Yeah. Riffy, you should actually go to Moravian because like since Splatoon and Mario Kart would love to have you personally, and it's still Pennsylvania. Legitimately, Riffy, you could go to Kutztown or Moravian if you want to stay in states because they both have Splatoon and Mario Kart, so that's like amazing. I know you're joking, but like, it'd be funny. Appalachian State actually would be kind of hyped to see a team made for there. So, for those who don't know, I have Bagel actually ranked pretty high on my list because I do look at ECRC rankings when I factor in my like stuff there. Because I do factor in CKL, ECRC, and like other results I can find. So it's kind of like more comprehensive instead of just looking at CKL solely. My ranking isn't just CKL focused. It's really just a collegiate focused thing. So okay, Ace. When you go, when you go to a college that plays Mario Kart, yeah. Okay, here's the thing, Rippy. If Westchester University in Pennsylvania ever had a Mario Kart team, they'd actually be really strong if they played this year because Origin player, I think he's still on Origin. Heehaw is there. That's a D7 player. Batboo's teammates. They'd be insane, honestly. Westchester actually could have been one. I almost went to Westchester, so could have been amazing as a pick there. But yeah, if you're looking to do the BM rank, let me know ASAP. It's not super serious. I think some people are taking this a bit more serious than it has to be, but it's more of a fun project for anyone here to do. Yeah, Baruch College. How the hell does Baruch College in New York have two D1 players? I have no idea. Like, I legitimately don't know how this college. Yeah, CUNY, New York, CUNY Baruch. So, City University of New York, Baruch, Baruch. I don't know how you say it. I'll be quite honest, but where is their Wikipedia? Like, the crazy thing is, yeah, but a student population of 19,000, that's something. Michigan Lemons, can you imagine? Imagine that kind of transfer? Yeah, honestly, go ahead, guys. Drop your, like, dream situations. Like, your dream transfers. Thank you, Solution, for starting it this weekend. Take your time. You don't have to do it anytime soon. Excuse me? Sure, what are you doing? Son of Bama? I could see six doing that, Roger. Nick Chicken is coming for this ball. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. I will say, Kutztown has found a couple random players who don't play the game but are good-ish. So you don't be surprised to see a couple of decent names coming through for Kutztown next semester. That's be interesting. Saints carding JP Givener. Yeah, I don't think the community. Some people don't know, but yeah, that'd be JP Givener did play for a bit in CKL when it was FFA. We'll do the CKL War stream at one point, maybe. Oh, dang, you're gonna fund the scholarship there? Oh my lord. Where's Tris gonna commit to? I don't know. There's a lot of high schoolers out there who I'm interested in seeing, like Immortal, I think is a high schooler about to graduate soon. That'd be a big name to look out for. There's a bunch of high school names that's like now that CKL is becoming a thing, it's gonna be interesting because like there's Corbs, yeah. There's gonna be some interesting names. Like you saw this in CCA, the Splatoon League, where like Penn State became a top one, went from top 5 to number 1 because they got like Vapor, who was an insane player there, and I'm like, whoa. As far as Penn State doesn't do marker. Actually, Penn State has a couple marker players. You might see them come through in the future. Penn State not having a team yet is surprising. They hold monthly tournaments, but they don't seem to know about this yet, which is weird. I'll be quite honest with you. Yeah. See, the problem is I can't tell Penn State myself because I have a really not great relationship with Penn State people. So you might not get it from me personally. I'm sorry, guys, but someone will do it for me. Bro. Yeah. Sorry, guys. My ex went to Penn State, so not if I don't have to associate with Penn State any more than I have to, we won't. Okay. We're gonna give you a brief glimpse into Summer Switch Up. Here are the names for the draft for Summer Switch Up. This is actually really something you want to look at potentially because there's actually quite a few big names here. Yo, Short's out with his girlfriend right now. Shoutouts. Okay, I don't know about that. You know, the funny thing is, there actually is a history of people watching my stream while they're on a date, and I don't know how to feel about that personally. I think Rumble was watching my stream on Valentine's Day while waiting for a table for dinner with his girlfriend. Zay moved Valentine's Day's plans around so he could watch my stream, I think. So yeah, the fact that people are watching. If you think my stream is good enough to watch on while you're on a date, I take that to heart. I actually really do appreciate it. You don't even understand. Yes, bonkers. Godkip is here. In fact, Godkip is a huge name I want to look at for here. Sissy plays Cart, but it's because of Zay, for being honest. Rumble's girlfriend plays Cart, but it's because of Rumble, I think. So, yeah, big names to look out for here. Godkip is back. Wisp is available. Six. Fitchy. Oh my god, yeah. These four? That's awesome. That's awesome. These four are all going to be playing. Other ones you want to look out for because you don't get a chance to? Drexel finally makes it out. We got Rippy here, finally getting a chance to play. Yeah, Godkip is draftable. If you didn't know this guy was here, Greg is here. That's fun, right? We actually get to see Greg here now. Greg is back. LeBob is available. Yeah, there's a bunch of players also that we know because they play and normally, but I want to shout out the ones who haven't been able to play this season. So LeBob, Luffy from Maryland, big name. Bagel from Appalachian State. If you watch if you've been following ECRC in the slightest, Bagel has to be high on your draft board. Because that's an insane name. Oh, yeah. Alumni are allowed to play. Nick is available. UCLA Nick. Buzz Nick. Coach Nick. What's the FIU green lore? Oh, you don't know? Tapa, you don't know? Nick went to UCLA. He graduated like 2 years ago. I don't know if I want to talk about the FIU Green Lore because that was a lot that happened last night. Personally, even the okay, I don't know. We'll change that to UC Berkeley. UC, boom. I was also confused. I just read up on it when I woke up this morning. I streamed Mario Super Sluggers at 2 a.m. Eastern Time, woke up, found out that this happened. I'm like, what do you mean? This guy's here now. Excuse me? The 0 hour. We have a 0 hour rep here. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Exactly. I thought it was cruel. I'm not a huge fan of it personally. Like honestly, because as someone who's been like, especially as someone who's went to like a relatively small school, like my school is much smaller than Morgan, but like it's hard, like getting the opportunity, just even the idea of finding a player who plays this game competitively, that's hard. We take like I'm at the point where I've always developed casuals in the competitive. I've never once met an MKC player at my college unless I turned them into an MKC player. So, yeah. Nah, you're all good, Ace. Nah, good, Ace. I have a good one, man. No, for sure, yeah. Like, no, seriously, hates good, hates comp. Not so easy at KU or OSU. Yeah, like, the schools that are doing this less than 10,000 it's impressive. I don't know how, I legitimately still don't know how I did this at Moravian when Moravian had less than 2,000 students and I got a roster of 13 to play in MKU. I don't know how I did it. And this is before CKL, like way before CKL. I don't know how I did that still. But like, it's hard. It's very hard to get players in at these small schools. Yeah, because like Kutztown is a Division II school in NCAA. If that tells you anything. In fact, Baruch. Okay, Baruch is going to be the first Division III school in D1. I think. Yeah, they'll be the first NCAA Division III school, but they do have about 20,000 students, so I think that's more of a funding thing, if anything. Florida International. There's a rumor of it. If Baruch plays, they will be most likely D1. There's a good chance because like they have two D1 players, and then they have Momo, who last played for Trivial Matters. They found three. There's three players already there. FIU is D1 in regular sports. Yes, I did. I had to look that up right now. Like the majority of teams are D1. Yeah, exactly. D1, D1, D8, and then three new players potentially. Yeah, Florida International is like 55K. That makes sense. But if you look at this, like Oklahoma's D1 in college sports. Same with Alabama, Texas Tech, Georgia, UCSD, Texas, San Antonio, USTA, Florida, Michigan, Canadian school. Yeah, the majority of these schools are like D1. You don't get to a D2 school until you get to Kutztown. You don't get to a D3 school. Okay, Alabama Huntsville, I actually don't remember. I think they're D1, but I could be wrong. Okay, no, UAH is D2. Nah, Morgan is like 10,000-ish. Morgan State is they're like a D1 school. They have like, okay, Morgan is like 9,000-ish. Like upper 9,000s, closer to 10,000s. If you want like 25 as much, yeah, McDaniel and Moravian are 2,000 students. I would imagine. I've heard amazing things with UAH's esports program. going here. Yeah, you could keep going. The first D3 Iona is D1. If I use D1, Kutztown. Oh yeah, the Moravian players are captains. That's why. Um, that's why I can't find them. Appalachian State's D1. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that's a fun thing about esports programs as a whole in colleges. I found 6 Mario Kart players out of 2000. I can tell you the story of that. I got a roster of. Okay, let me check. Yeah, I had 14 players. I had 14 players in my first MKU. That was all from Moravian. That was a strat. To get 14 out of 2000s, I don't know how I did that, but yeah. That's just it. So yeah, bonkers. I did get 6. I was able to gather for MKU with a school of 2000, so hey, anything's possible. Like, hey, I don't take much credit for anything, but I will say, like, because we were not successful in, like, school. We were not successful in MKU at all, but we never dropped the match by forfeit. So, I will take that. This school of 2000, we had perfect attendance in MKU for 3 seasons. So, it's hard. It's hard. Like, legitimately. The big schools will struggle to gather. Small schools struggle to gather. It's hard. This is not easy. Like, I don't know how you people find these players. Like, I love how it's when Tophead says the other Alex. I honestly don't know who he's talking about anymore because that's himself. That's me. Zamolga. Wisp. Steepian is also Alex. There's an Alex on Saints Carding. There's a lot of Alexes in the community. I don't know how, but yeah, there's a lot of Alexes. Alex, AC on UCSD too. That's the other one. Yeah, he could fill the team. We should get a script. Alex subclan. I did hear it. I'm considering it actually. I would be down to play it. It depends on if one of my subclans gathers, because let's see. Yeah, if this subclan gathers for Pacific League, I'll play with them because I'm sorry guys, but any chance to play with Team Philippines will still be an idea. Would be great for me to do. I would be so down for that personally, but just a Guide Dogs team. I need my Filipino players to actually like sign up though. Come on, guys, make me proud. Oh no, I'm music. My playlist is over. No. Okay, so I think that basically covers what I want to talk about for like the gist of like CKL, ECRC for this week. For future episodes, there is no. I'm not streaming next week. I am moving. I'm in the process of moving back from New Jersey to Pennsylvania next week, so it's going to be. I'm not going to be able to stream sadly. Probably going to be a bit MIA for a bit. I don't know when I'll be streaming next in terms of like the whole like college Mario Kart stuff because this is basically the end of the season. We'll see how that goes then. He needs to mix grapes of lemons. Trying to find something real quick. Or an LDC roster with them, that actually would be insanely good, yeah. So yeah, no stream next week because yeah, I'm moving back, so it's gonna be a lot more focusing on that. I won't really have time to do anything personally aside from like wrapping some stuff up and pursuing some other things, sadly. So won't be able to stream at least this. You might see me streaming like a game or something, but not like no CK 101, sadly. End of the semester pretty much. End of the term, y'all get a good grade. You're all getting an A. I don't know how this is gonna affect your GPA, giving CK 101 taking it, but expect for CK 201 next semester to go even better. We'll see. We'll probably have another rebrand and stuff like that. How many credits is it? Depends. Depends, honestly. Because the problem is, if you did, I didn't notice because like Moravian had a very different credit system than every other college I know. So like, one for us, it was one class equals one credit. You need like 32 credits to graduate. Do I get credits for both quarters? Yeah, of course, of course. So yeah, okay. I'll be live for like 15 minutes or so more then. Ask me, you can ask me anything here, whether it be college stuff, whether it be yeah, CKL stuff, Mario Kart stuff, anything else. I'll be live just for 10, 15 more minutes. We'll just talk. We'll turn this into a just chatting stream. Get one more chance before I wrap up for the semester then. Because it's been a fun time, guys. Really appreciate everyone really being in stream for like this entire academic year. This has been really fun for me to do. Even when I was like really busy at grad school for my one semester, like I always look forward to doing this. Always sad when I wasn't able to. So it's been an absolute pleasure being able to do this for you guys. Really appreciate all the support, whether that be just tuning in or watching the VOD, whatever you do. Give me the present of being a little micro celebrity, which is kind of funny, honestly. If anyone's going to Super Road Rage, I will see you there this weekend. If anyone's going to MomoCon in next month, I will also see you there. Hoping to see a lot of the college Mario Kart community. In fact, I am planning on doing like a meetup. Like we'll organize like a meetup or something with like anyone going to like those events, because to MomoCon especially, because like I think that'd be really cool to do. Yo, shout out to Six being at MomoCon. I know there's a ton of. Are you going to that, Riffy? I'm gonna be out there. I'm gonna be running the stream. But yeah, I know Six is going to MomoCon. That's exciting. Spoon's gonna be a MomoCon. Sambert's gonna be a MomoCon. I've heard Rumble and a few other Oklahoma players are going to be at MomoCon. I think JWT being one of them. So I'm excited for MomoCon. There's gonna be so many people there. I'm really excited to meet up with. So that's gonna be exciting. Plus, I have to like, I think I have to buy merch or stuff for like one of my friends and my sister, or like meet people for them because they were not able to go. So hey, it's fun. I have to update this follower goal. Gotta take a bit to do that. Goal. What is the heck circular goal now? Yo, shout out Riffy for the follower. Dropping that follow. I didn't realize you weren't following. I won't lie to you. We ended our goal. Let's go, guys. I don't know what's gonna happen here now. How balanced do I think Summer Switch Up will be? I won't lie to you, Six. I actually think it's gonna be kind of balanced. I was talking about this with Angle and Baja because they're captains for Tetris Pie. T exclamation point P. But really, there are so many good names in this draft. Like honestly, some coaches will knowledge gap. You may think that there, but like honestly, there are so many good picks that you can make down here to the point where like I'll take a point. I don't know might fall to the second round for some stupid reason. Bo might fall to the second round. The coaches that do their research will get really strong players. So yeah, if I'm not going to leak, no, you guys also know the captains, I think. Yeah, exactly. That's the fun thing because you have so many good players falling to like these later rounds, and I think that's the fun of it there. Because also like here's the thing. Zay and Nitro, have you seen how what they do in fantasy? They're going to be fine. They draft based on Zay's list. I think that's the funniest thing. I think the ranking will be up around the time of the draft. So there'll be a chance for people to, like, if you need to the reference there, they are going to try very hard. Secretly, I am helping them with their draft, so they have an extra eye there as well. Let's be honest, Headbear is not going to slip with drafting whatsoever. Have you seen what this guy is doing in terms of being like a leader? He is not going to let drafting be completely bad. Short is going to be good at drafting. Evolved's going to be I think Evolved might not know as many players here, but I think Evolved will be solid drafting wise. Plus, all I gotta do is look at indivs pretty much. Bob's gonna be fine drafting. Louise is gonna be very fine drafting. Like, the fun thing is, there's a lot of high quality players that are going to just drop. And I'm going to love that. And that's kind of amazing. Like, honestly, that's great. I don't even know Solutions signed up. Solutions not signed up, so we're waiting on that. That's a shame. Solutions not doing it. No, that's bad. I was going to sign up for this also because alumni are allowed to play. The only problem is that I don't think I'm going to be available for any single game. Well, I think by the time it rolls around, my work schedule is going to be every weekend from like 3 to 11 p.m. Eastern, so there's no shot I play. And I work pretty much nights, afternoon, second shifts, so in the summer. So that's going to be kind of hard to do. Say it. Oh, so I'll leak this apparently. So I brought up the idea to like the leaders, to the captains. We can do like a little draft combine before in the week leading up to it as like a pseudo like as a way to like kind of celebrate this because we're not doing an all-star game events. We're not doing an all-star game this season because this is what's kind of replacing it. But we'll do like ways like Frooms, battle mode stuff, like things that you would see in like a draft combine leading up to it. I can let the captains interview with players they might want to draft, so kind of like give them a chance to be able to do that. What did you miss, chat? We're talking summer switch up pretty much, and the summer then. Yeah, I think doing a combine would just be really fun. Like, it's not a super serious combine, obviously, but like pickup scrims so you can play with players you might be interested in drafting, or maybe we'll have like a thing where like captains can just listen in on calls. So like they won't play, but they'll listen in on the calls to get a gauge for what's happening there. Last second spoon can would be so funny. Oh my god. And then like battle mode, I guess, because we haven't done a battle mode event in like forever. And this will be the battle mode event. And like, it's a test out item play. Stuff like that. We'll do like time trial, like we'll set up time trial challenges or something like that. So like, that's like the 40-yard dash or something. Because battle mode is way too silly. Yes, it is, but that's why we're doing it here, because we gotta do it somewhere. I think it'd be funny. Like, obviously, is this the most objective, competitive thing we can do? Hell no. But it's kind of this here as like it's more so for the experience, it's more for fun. And at this point, it's a summer event. You might as well. Renegade Roundup is the most competitive. Renegade Roundup is fun. I will not lie. I love Renegade Roundup. I'm so bad at it. I'm terrible at battle mode. But I think it'd be fun as heck. Shine Thief gameplay. Can you imagine that though? Oh my god. That'd be so fun. But yeah, I think that'd be really cool to see. Like, have like some little events leading up to the draft, because the draft is on Saturday of that week. What, the 13th or 14th? Oh my god, the 11th. My bad. So the draft is on Saturday, May 11th. Let's say we do events on like May 7, May 8, May 9, and May 10. Maybe not May 10. I think maybe we'll try and maybe I'll try and do a stream on like May 10 as like a pre-draft summary. He's so goated for no reason. Oh my god. Guilty would be I could see Guilty be good at battle mode. But yeah, imagine that. We could have like a little combine of sorts, give you guys a chance just to play like some little fun stuff. Nothing serious for serious. That's what I'm thinking. I kind of want to. I'm going to leave 510 open. Yeah, I think leaving 510 open for something would be good there. So we can do something like May 7, May 8, May 9. Maybe May 6 also. We'll see. All this is completely optional as well because, like, realistically, I don't expect everyone to be available every night of the week, especially because, like, this is when MKU is already in full swing. You don't want people actually. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, where this is when MKU is in full swing. So I don't really want anyone there to be like missing on that or like and finals for some people. Yeah. I won't lie. It's so hard to like figure out like when all of you are taking your finals because it's different for everyone. I've heard like some of y'all were done in April. We're already done now. Some of you are not finishing up until June, and then a bunch of you are gone in May. So it's like, it's like it's the absolute nightmare of like trying to organize college esports stuff because like none of you have like the same schedule, and it sucks. But hey, that's what it is. It's just what comes with part of being a college esports thing, and that's hey. If we want it to be like as much as we're doing here, that's great. Okay, how much time? Okay, I have a few minutes. Okay, chat. Any questions then before I start wrapping up? And then I have to start finding someone to raid. This is the last stream for a bit. At least the last CK stream for a bit. We might do something for the draft. Not the draft. For the BM rank, we might do something for the summer switch up, but really aside from that, that's pretty much it. So yeah, you guys got until 15 after to do whatever you want. Otherwise, class ends. Semester ends for us here at CK101. Obviously, D4 finals is still gonna have their extension. ECRC FFA finals is still gonna go on. The bell does not dismiss you. I do. Imagine if that's not the case. Worked in college. I say this so much. I won't lie. You guys make me still feel like a college student, even though I'm 1 semester out of grad school. But hey, I'll be back in college soon enough. I'll be fine also getting in, I think. I was one at the top of my class anyway. Had a good semester in grad school. I should be fine. To see anyone in Mario Kart I want to raid. What did I study in undergrad? I was a psych major with an education minor. I was originally going in I originally wanted to be a school counselor. Then I decided I'm going to go into school psychology. And then I decided when I was in taking my master's, I don't know if I really want to be in school psych. So I dropped out, taking a gap year now. Might go back for my teaching certification because I really did like working in schools. I won't lie to you. I don't know what I would teach yet, but I kind of did like teaching. And that's why I love coaching so much with like Mario Kart. It's why there's a PowerPoint circulating of like 2 Mario Kart PowerPoint lectures I've done. I really enjoyed teaching, so I might go back into that. I might go into psychiatry, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Yo, shout out, that gives me hope. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for us today. That's gonna be it for us this season, this semester of CK101. You guys are good to go whenever you want. class is dismissed. Y'all get an A. Don't worry about it. Your GPA is all going up, I hope, from this. So, but yeah, thank you guys once again for an amazing season, amazing year, academic year. Good luck with MKU for those who are playing. Good luck for all of you in finals with the rest of your academic stuff. Focus on school first, please. Do not put MK before school, please. But yeah, good luck with everything, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in all semester, all academic year. It's been an absolute pleasure getting to serve you guys. And hey, next year, very high chance I'm going to be able to do this again. Really excited for that. But yeah, when the fall semester comes in, we're going to be back in full swing. Spice Gang is still going to be going strong. You'll still see me live in the summer. Even if it's not for College Mario Kart stuff or even MK stuff at all, please feel free to tune in just to keep chatting and stuff like that. But yeah, thank you guys for all the streams. Have a good one. And I'm going to end stream. Thank you guys again.